G'day guys, Aussie FIFA HD, and welcome back to yet another FIFA 21 tutorial on my channel. Today, we're learning how you can use the offside trap in FIFA 21. Today's tutorial will be broken up into how you use the offside trap and then also when to use the offside trap in FIFA 21. So without further ado, let's get into the intro and then let's get into how to perform and when to perform the offside trap in FIFA 21.
Griezmann, 3 men around him, but somehow finds some space. Ronaldo, fantastic, opening the drive back.
Ronaldo on the ball. He's made
Look at this, just control.
The
control display there is absolutely ridiculous. The Elastico on the goal line. The finest of...
We talked about Aussie FIFA. He's not here to make up the numbers.
Moving into how you perform the offside trap, it's quite simple if you don't already know. Okay, all you need to do is double tap the bottom or the down arrow of the pad, the actual arrow pad on your controller. You need to double tap the down arrow, and essentially what this will do is cause your defensive line to do what is called an offside trap and move upwards all at the same time. Okay, now I will talk about this more in the next segment of when you should use it, but essentially lads, I want to tell you exactly now, do not continue to use this because you will suffer goals and you will concede. Okay, there is only a specific time when I recommend you guys using the offside trap, and then we'll get into that right now. But it's quite simple. This is the segment of how you should use it. It's only double tapping the down arrow of the pad, okay, of the arrow pad on your controller. Alright, let's get into the next segment of when you should use the offside trap. Best time to use the offside trap, in my personal opinion, in FIFA 21 is when your opponent is facing the opposite direction of the goal that you are defending. If they're facing their own goal, this is when you should use the offside trap. I highly do not recommend using this for a player who is a counter-attacking style player who does direct play. They R1 pass it to their striker and they play that counter-attacking style football. I highly recommend not performing the offside trap because you will find yourself conceding. Fast players that use this will absolutely demolish you if you use the offside trap. Who you should use this against is essentially possession players. When they go backwards a lot, when they pass it backwards, when they build the ball up, when they're really slow. I find also when they're passing it around the back, you can use this to bring your defensive line up to the halfway line so you can put a little bit more pressure onto your opponent. But I highly stress to you guys, do not use this at a time when your player is fast counter-attacking, okay, or they're facing forward. I find for me, the best time to use it is when your opponent is facing backwards and they're dribbling it around and they're keeping the ball and they're building up the play. That's when you should use the offside trap, because essentially the defensive line will push up and put pressure onto your opponent, and sometimes it can obviously scare them. They can go backwards even more and you're able to put even more pressure onto them to then win the ball back. Okay, and the other time, the best time for me to use the offside trap is when your opponent is switching the play, when they are essentially crossing the ball from their left back to right back to left back. I have found the best obviously time to use the offside trap as at this point. Okay, but I want to stress to you guys, it's very overpowered because essentially you can put a lot of pressure on your opponent without using the constant pressure tactic, okay, which you do use in your obviously custom tactics. But I find you lose stamina. They did patch it, okay, after the start or on the first patch. So new method, new way of doing it is essentially the offside trap, and I find the best time to use it is when your player is a very possession based style player. They're going backwards a lot, and when they are crossing or switching the play, okay, and that's the best time to use the offside trap. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It will signal the end of it. I hope it was clear to you guys when to use it. It's very overpowered. Essentially you can use it to put pressure onto your opponent, and it can be quite effective when you do it at the right time, but don't always resort to it. I stress to you, don't resort to it because you will concede. Sometimes you will stuff up and sometimes you will let them get in behind and score an easy tap in or easy sweaty goal. So yeah, without further ado, that will signal the end of the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Smash a like, drop a sub. Thank you ever so much for 11k subscribers on the channel. I really do appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Follow me on Twitter. Link is in the description down below. I upload constantly for you guys, and I post over there when a new upload is coming onto the channel. So go and follow me over there. But as always, I hope you guys have a good day. I'm out. Have a good one, and peace.